There's a reason kings never begged. There's a reason generals never asked for permission. They spoke, and the world shifted. That authority isn't reserved for them. It's in you. And today, you'll prove it. Because there's a command so sharp, so unstoppable, that once you speak it, money pulls like a magnet, doors swing open, and the right people show up. Not next year, not someday, within 24 hours. This isn't hope, this isn't wishing, it's declaring, like the ruler of reality. In minutes, I'll give you the words, the exact command that bends reality itself. But once you hear it, there's no going back. This isn't polite, it isn't gentle, it's raw authority. And once you declare it, life won't stay the same. Stay with me until the moment of truth. Because when you speak it, you'll feel it echo through reality. Think about it. Everywhere you look, people are begging. They beg their boss for more hours. They beg life for a lucky break. They beg the universe like a desperate child, hoping someone is listening. But here's the truth. Begging gets ignored. Always has. Always will. Why? Because begging carries weakness, and weakness doesn't move reality. It only multiplies itself. You can spot it a mile away. The "I hope this works" energy, the "please, maybe someday" attitude. It doesn't attract money, it repels it. It doesn't create opportunity, it closes doors. Neville Goddard was clear. Assumption is creation. If you beg, you assume lack. If you plead, you assume power is outside you. And so, life reflects that back. More lack, more waiting, more silence. But commanding, that's different. Commanding is not a request. Commanding carries authority. It assumes outcome, not possibility. When a king speaks, does he ask? No, he declares. And reality bends to him. When a judge delivers a sentence, does he beg the courtroom to agree? No. He speaks once, and the law obeys. When you step into command, you shift from victim to ruler, from waiting to deciding, from maybe someday to it's done now. And the universe responds immediately, because it doesn't care about your begging. It responds to tone. It responds to certainty. It responds to authority. That's why the command I'm about to give you is so dangerous, because once you speak it, you won't just sound different, you'll feel different, and everything around you will have no choice but to follow. So let me warn you, if you keep watching, you can't unhear this. And once you declare it, excuses disappear forever, because begging dies here. From now on, you command. If you already feel this message moving something inside you, subscribe right now. Not for me, for you, because each video is another key, and missing even one could keep a door shut that was meant to open for you. Every great teacher in history hinted at it, but almost nobody listened. They all said the same thing in different ways. Watch what you speak. Guard your tongue. Declare wisely. Why? Because words don't vanish. They echo. They ripple through your mind, your body, and the invisible field around you, pulling reality into shape. Think about it. A single sentence can end a war. A single command can move armies. A single whisper can break a heart or heal it. If words hold that much power in the world of nations and relationships, why would they suddenly become meaningless in your personal life? The truth is, they don't. They never have. Most people live blind to this fact. They toss words around casually, like pebbles into the ocean, never realizing they're dropping boulders that reshape entire tides. Science has even confirmed it. Japanese researcher Masaru Emoto discovered that words could transform water. Speak love and gratitude, and the molecules formed into delicate, symmetrical snowflakes. Speak hate and cruelty, and the crystals collapsed into jagged chaos. Now pause and remember, you are made of water. Cells, tissues, energy. Your entire system is responsive to vibration, which means every word you whisper, every phrase you repeat, is sculpting you from the inside out. That's why careless words create heavy lives. And bold, certain words? They create movement, opportunity, wealth. But here's the problem. Most people never realize this. They gossip, they complain, they mutter doubts under their breath. I can't afford it. I'll never make it. It's too hard. And then they wonder why their lives echo the same weakness back at them. Life doesn't discriminate. It doesn't say, "Oh, you didn't mean it." It simply takes the instruction and builds reality around it. This is why Neville Goddard warned that inner conversations shape outer circumstances. The chatter in your mind is not harmless. It's blueprints. It's orders. And once spoken, even silently in thought, those orders begin constructing. Now here's the part most people miss. If your small words of doubt can lock you into struggle, what happens when your words are charged with certainty? What happens when you speak not as a beggar, but as a commander? Everything changes. Because reality is not listening for whispers of hope. It bends for voices of authority. This is why leaders of every era, prophets, kings, visionaries, never asked softly. They declared, they commanded, they spoke as if what they said was already done. And people followed. Circumstances shifted. Doors opened. That wasn't coincidence. That was the raw power of word, vibrating with certainty. And here's what I need you to really understand. This isn't just about manifesting money, though money will absolutely follow when you use this. This is about every area of your life. Say weak words, and life becomes heavy. Speak powerfully, and life becomes responsive. Imagine standing in front of a locked door. Most people knock timidly, waiting for someone to answer. But when you speak with authority, the door doesn't just open. It swings wide. And if one door closes, another bursts open instantly. That's how this works. That's why this is so frightening. Because once you see it, there's no going back. You can't hide behind someday anymore. You can't pretend you're unlucky. You can't blame the world. Because you'll know the truth. Your voice has been shaping reality all along. So let me ask you, what have you been declaring? What do you repeat daily without even noticing? Is it complaints? Is it excuses? Is it fear? Or is it certainty? Authority? Creation? Because here's the deal. Whatever it is, life is saying yes. Always. And in just a moment, I'm going to show you how to flip the script. How to stop speaking words that sabotage you and start speaking words that command reality itself to deliver. But before I give you the key, I want you to breathe this in. Every word you've ever spoken has shaped where you are now, and every word you choose from this moment forward will shape where you're going. That's why, when I finally give you the command in the next minute, it's not just going to sound powerful, it's going to feel like lightning in your chest, because you'll recognize it. It's the frequency your soul has been waiting to speak all along. The people who subscribe here don't just watch, they transform. If you're ready to stop being a spectator and start living in command, subscribing is your declaration, your way of saying, I choose power. Pause for a moment and be honest with yourself. How many times have you been on the edge of change, and the moment you finally spoke with certainty, everything moved? Think back. The job you were too scared to leave, until you finally said out loud, I'm done. And within days, a door cracked open. The relationship you dragged on far too long. Until one morning you whispered, this ends now. And suddenly, a path cleared that you couldn't see before. Even small things, saying, I will have this, instead of, I hope I get this. That tiny shift, from begging to commanding, is the reason some people walk through life like kings and queens, while others shuffle like beggars. It wasn't chance. It was the frequency behind your words. Most people never connect the dots. They keep thinking, oh, that was luck, that was timing, that was a coincidence. But you know better, don't you? You felt it. That eerie chill when reality seemed to bow the moment you spoke with conviction. That was command. And here's the truth nobody wants to admit. It scares people. Why? Because it makes you 100% responsible. When you ask, you can blame. I asked, but it didn't happen. When you beg, you can wait. Maybe someday. But when you command, there's no out. The responsibility is yours. The power is yours. The result is yours. And that terrifies the average person, because commanding strips away their favorite excuses. Listen closely. Neville Goddard said, "To assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled is to command the unseen into the seen." Notice the difference? Assume, not wish. Declare, not plead. Command, not wait. And you already know this on some level. Think about it. Why do leaders get followed? Why do certain voices silence a room? It's not volume. It's not noise. It's certainty. The vibration of authority can be felt in the body. You've felt it before. When someone walked in and spoke so firmly, you believed them instantly. That same vibration lives inside you. It's just buried under years of doubt, begging, and hoping. But here's where things turn, because you're about to remember how to use it. Not next week. Not someday. In the next minute. And when you do, you'll never see begging the same way again. You'll look at people waiting for their dreams like lottery tickets, and you'll know they could have commanded it. They just didn't dare. And here's the scary beauty of it. When you realize how fast command works, there's no going back. Once you see reality move under your voice, you can't pretend anymore. You can't crawl back into waiting. You can't unknow the truth. So I'm asking you to prepare yourself. Because when I hand you this command, you will feel it. Some of you will shiver. Some of you will feel your chest tighten. Some of you might even cry. Why? Because your body knows it's the truth. And when you speak it, things will move. Money will shift. People will appear. Opportunities will align. This isn't motivation. It's mechanics. And listen carefully, because this is important. If you're the type to take this lightly, to comment "cool video" and go back to waiting, then this isn't for you. Because once these words leave your mouth, you will set movement into motion. But if you're ready, really ready, then what you're about to receive is the closest thing to raw authority you'll ever taste in your life. So pause. Breathe. Let this moment sink in. Because in the next minute, I will give you the command itself. And when I do, you will feel the shift. In the next minute, you'll hear the words that bend reality. And if you know you want to keep this fire alive, subscribe now, because this is only the beginning, and you'll want every piece of what's coming. We've been circling it, hinting at it, dancing around the edges of something most people will never hear in their lifetime, and now we're here, the moment of truth. But before I give it to you, I need you to understand why this is so different from anything you've ever spoken before. Because this is not positive thinking. It's not some sweet affirmation you whisper and hope something changes. No, this is a weapon, a sword, a lightning strike, and once you say it, you can't go back. Think about the way most people live. They ask, they plead, they throw words into the void like fragile paper boats, hoping one of them will reach the shore. But begging has no power. Hope has no authority. The universe doesn't respond to weakness. It responds to command. That's what Neville Goddard was telling us all along. When he said, "Your word is law," he wasn't exaggerating. He was describing the terrifying truth. Reality does not negotiate with you. It obeys you. If, and only if, you speak as a master. And that's why this moment matters. Because what I'm about to hand you is not gentle. It's not polite. It will shake you. When you hear it, part of you will resist it. You'll feel the shiver. Because deep down, you'll know it's true. And that truth will destroy every excuse you've been clinging to. So here's the warning. Once you hear this command, you will never again be able to say, "I'm powerless." You'll never again be able to hide behind luck or chance. Because the second it leaves your lips, you'll know. Reality has no choice but to obey. All right, it's time. Take a breath, still yourself, and listen. The command is this: my word is law. Say it with me. Not in your head, not as a whisper. Say it out loud, with weight, with force, with authority. My word is law. Do you feel that? That tremor in your chest? That chill down your spine? That's reality bending in real time. Now let's expand it. Let's make it real. Say you want money. Most people ask for it. They wait. They hope. And they keep waiting. But not you. Not anymore. You've spoken it. You've felt it. Now lock it in. Subscribing here is like drawing a line in the sand, telling yourself you will never go back to the old way of living again. You speak. You declare. My word is law. Large sums of money flow into my life now. And they do. Because reality doesn't have the option to argue. It doesn't stall. It doesn't delay. It obeys. Say you want love. Most people chase it. They beg to be chosen. They beg to be noticed. But you don't beg. You command. My word is law. The right person appears now. And they do. The wrong ones fade away. The toxic ties break. The magnetic pull shifts in your favor. Because reality can't resist your voice. Say you want opportunity. Most people knock on doors, hoping. But you don't knock. You don't wait. You don't wonder. You say, my word is law. Doors open for me. And they open. Effortlessly. Because they were never closed. They were waiting for your authority. Do you see it now? This isn't magic. This isn't luck. This is law. And once you've spoken it, once you've felt it, you can't go back to being ordinary. You can't unknow this power. You can't go back to begging. Because the truth is clear. Your word is law. So here's what I want you to do, right now, before you even breathe another breath. Type it below in the comments. My word is law. That's not just a comment. That's a contract between you and your future, between you and reality itself. Don't skip this. Don't think you'll do it later. The act of writing it here, publicly, seals it. It stamps the vibration into existence. That's how you lock it in. Now one more thing. Say it with me again. Not timidly, not casually. With your full authority. My word is law. Breathe it. Feel it echo. Let it sink into your bones. This is who you are now. Not someone who asks. Not someone who waits. Not someone who hopes. A commander. From this moment forward, every excuse dies. Every delay dissolves. Every doubt burns. Because when you speak, reality obeys. If this hit you, if you actually felt that shift when you declared it, then don't leave it hanging. Subscribe right now and let this be the moment you decided never to live powerless again. It happened. Did I really feel that? Yes, you did. Because when you said those words, something shifted. Not just in the room. Not just in your head. In reality itself. That's why this is so different from every affirmation you've ever tried. This is not you asking the universe for favors. This is you recognizing that you are the universe. And the moment you command, everything else rearranges. But here's the thing most people will miss. They'll hear these words and think, oh, that's powerful. And then they'll go back to life as usual. They'll treat it like inspiration instead of initiation, like motivation instead of activation. But not you, because you didn't land on this video by accident. You didn't sit through the build-up for nothing. You were pulled here. You were chosen to hear this. And once you've been given the truth, you cannot return to ordinary. So let's expand what just happened. Think about money. How many years have you been waiting, struggling, hoping it might come? How many sleepless nights? How many silent prayers? How many failed plans? All of it changes now. Because when you stand in your power and declare, my word is law, you're not speaking into thin air. You're speaking to matter itself. You're telling reality, obey me. And it does. Think about relationships. No more begging for love. No more waiting to be chosen. No more proving your worth. When you speak from command, love bends toward you. The right people appear. The wrong people fade. Because your word doesn't negotiate. It selects. It directs. It arranges. Think about opportunities. While most people knock and wait, you no longer ask permission. You no longer play the game of chance. You speak. And doors open. even the ones that looked locked, even the ones you thought were gone forever, because nothing resists your voice. Now, I need to warn you, this power comes with responsibility, because once you know your word is a law, every excuse dies. You can't hide behind, maybe someday. You can't blame luck. You can't say, well, maybe it just wasn't meant for me. From this moment forward, if it doesn't happen, it's because you didn't command it. That's how sharp this is. That's how real this is. And yes, that's terrifying. But it's also freedom, because you'll never feel powerless again. So here's what I want you to do right now. Say it with me again. My word is law. Feel the authority in it. Feel how final it sounds. That's because it is final. Reality doesn't have a maybe button. It has yes to your voice and nothing else. This is the point of no return. The days of hoping and waiting are gone. From now on, you stand, walk, and speak differently, because your voice isn't weak, it carries creation itself. Everything around you began with a word, spoken with such authority it couldn't be ignored. That same power is now yours. Each time you declare, reality bends. Not tomorrow, now. The universe must respond. You'll notice it first in small ways. Conversations shifting, money appearing, doors opening. Then, larger ways, as life rearranges to your command. When doubt creeps in, remember, doubt is just another word. Replace it. Stand firm. Declare only what serves you. This is your turning point. Live as the one who knows, not the one who wonders. From this moment, you don't wait for the universe. You command it, and it obeys. Write it in the comments. My word is law. That's not just a comment, it's your contract. Stamped, sealed, echoed into reality. When thousands declare it together, the vibration magnifies. The force becomes unstoppable. And you'll know. You didn't just watch a video. You activated a movement. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.